Hello, everybody. It is your professor, Rocco, your boy, coming at you again with another Age of Sigmar video. This one for our 101 class. It is partnered with our slideshow we just did, because this is the next time coming in here with Alex the Roo Rider himself. Say hello, Alexander.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Shut up, Alexander. Anyway, uh, so here today, Alex here has been very gracious in that he's going to teach me how to play 3.0 a little bit better and more, because I've only played like a game and a half. Now we have legal lists and stuff because points have leaked, the GHB is leaked, and this is very, very much a forward here. I'm gonna forget the term because I'm being recorded. The whole warning of there hasn't been an FAQ. Alex, if you remember the word, say it now, because I'm gonna be brain farting all game, and I need you to teach me stuff, man. This is horrible. I'm not an expert right now, but we're gonna learn it together, folks. So we are gonna be using the GHB 2021 rules. We've got a battle plan here for us. It is tectonic interference. I'm gonna leave this on the screen for a little bit here. It's basically old shifting objectives. We are not using all of the realm rules and stuff because we're just gonna be walking you through a battle round. This is not a full game. This is just how does a turn or two work in this new thing. Because we see grand strategy, we see and hear all these buzzwords about over here where the grand strategies are. Just going to hover over this a little bit so you guys can see it. And then we've got down here the battle tactics, because how you actually make an army is changed. And it's all new. Everyone's going to be on the same ground floor here getting in. And I have a new Hammerhal army. But first, we're going to let Alexander here, our guest, go over his army list for us today, and it will be posted in the description below because he sent it to me in an awesome format, and I need to reformat my own stuff to match him because he's that good. Take it away, Alexander.
All right. Well, so in the spirit of 3.0 being the Monster Edition and taking place in Gur, we've got some Sons of Behemoth here. And so I've got a Taker tribe led by Mr. Kraken-Eater up front. He's going to be my general. He's going to be very acquisitive, meaning he gets 2 artifacts. So he's now a wizard. And he's got some fancy shields strapped somewhere on his body because he has a 5-up ward save, which, pro tip, all those feel no pains or damage prevention rolls or whatever people were calling them, those are ward saves now because I guess it's fantasy.
Hell yeah. Go on.
And so
He's
next
a
to
wizard.
him,
Wait, Hagrid here. What spell does Hagrid have?
right, sorry, he's got Flaming Weapons, which is one of the new generic spells.
Okay, what's it do?
And that allows him to add 1 damage to one of his melee weapons, and spoiler alert, it's always going on the club.
Okay. I appreciate the spoiler. Alright, next Gargant.
Next up, we've got my Warstomper.
Okay.
Thanks to the new points, this is actually a relatively new addition to my list. And his whole thing is he stomps you, he smashes you,
Yep.
and sometimes he picks you up and throws you at your other buddies.
I love using him.
Hopefully we get to see that today, but we'll see how it goes.
Yep, alright. Next.
And then rounding them out, we've got a unit of 3 of the baby of the baby giants.
Beauty of GPS,
they have
just hitting a button and reforming your formation. Let's go.
exactly. And on the less textured bases, we'll call them, I've got 3 solo baby giants.
Ooh.
And so that's how you can tell the difference of who's in the group and who's by themselves.
Gotcha. How many points does this come to?
This comes to a total of 1,960 points.
Ooh. Okay.
Which, yeah, it's coming in nice and low, so my chance at a triumph is pretty good.
Okay, so, and triumphs are, you pick one anyway, and if you do like the fancy battalions and stuff, there's a way to get extra triumphs, right? That's how that works now?
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful.
And one of the biggest differences from 2.0 is you pick them at list building now instead of rolling for it at the table.
I dig it. What triumph did you go with today?
I went with the +1 to wound triumph when you choose a unit to shoot or fight.
Nice. So what battalions did you pick today? What's your force organization even?
So everything except the Warstomper is
Uh-huh.
in the Battle Regiment,
Okay.
which is the 1-drop battalion. So
Oh.
everything but the Warstomper must get deployed all at once.
Okay.
And then after that's the Warstomper, bringing me to a total of a 2-drop list.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a thing Gargants can do now. 3.0
Nice.
is very very nice to them.
Yep, and in that battle regiment, another important thing to note here, folks, is that it has its special ability is everything in it is a 1-drop. That is how you actually get your low drops now. Other battalions, you can't choose to drop them all at once. It is just the battle regiment. The other ones have great bonuses and do different things for your army, but it's something to consider now in list building. Anything else?
Um, no, being Taker Tribe.
Yep.
These guys count as even more bodies on
Uh-oh.
objectives than usual.
Yep.
So the two big ones count as 30 bodies each,
Okay.
and each individual little guy counts as 15.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and little guys can run in charge if they're close to the a big guy.
And yep,
Gotcha.
so you've played Gargants, you're familiar, but yeah, little
Yeah.
guys can
For
run in
those at
charge.
home,
Some of them have shooting attacks. It means you
mhm.
can correct me if I get something a little off.
Oh, I'm gonna try my damnedest, but oof. All right, so far so good, man. Also, for those wondering, we're playing on the Dianok test table. He has made a table for 3.0 that has again all of the new scenery, realm rules, most of the battle plans. Some of them, the PDF pictures just weren't clear enough. So instead of having us get screwed, we have the ones that are seen. We've got the new stuff for the generic prayers, the um the new generic spells with Arcane Bolt and Mystic Shield, both being 12 inches and casting on a 5, which is nice. We don't got to worry about which one was a 6. We have the core rules themselves. We have the heroic actions and monstrous rampages that were from our video before. We've got command abilities off to the side here. More importantly, we also have these lovely cards and aids to help us figure this out. And now, as you see me kind of get them into focus here, let's go on to my list. So, Rocco, you boy, bring in Hammerhal for your gaming pleasure today. My general will be my actual Freeguild general on Griffon, who is also rocking the 5-up ward save as his artifact. He has a lance and shield. Ignore the hammer, this is just the one model they have in TTS. We do lose the Hammerhal and Lancer Battalion because that's just for narrative play now. But I was always a narrative gamer, so I'll live. And he is in a Warlord Battalion, which gives me an extra enhancement. So I've got the Rune Lord who has the Curse Prayer for the generic stuff. I've got a Battle Mage with the spell Wings of Fire from the Hammerhalian lore. And I've got a unit of Shadow Warriors as my troop choice for the minimum requirements for that. So what does this all do? My general really hurts on the charge. He's a bit more survivable. Before I was taking him with the Armor of Malice to make him a 2-up save. But now that I can say, oh, I'm all out defense and make him a 2-up save that way, I think the 5-up ward save will make him a little more survivable here. The Battle Mage gives his normal spell is +2 to run and charge, and because he's actually in he gets +1 to casting, which is nice. He's actually something that I've been using in my Living Cities army for forever, and now he's going to make a comeback. And Ugni just did awesome for me at the Atlantic City Open, so he's staying in the list. Next, in my Battle Regiment Battalion, I've got a Celestial Hurricanum, who is using my second enhancement to bring the Twinstones, the +1 to hit in melee or healing aura here. He will also know the lore spell Wings of Fire on top of the 2 damage spells he knows on his War Scroll. He's got the Mortal Wound shooting, but more importantly, he gives out an aura of +1 to hit in shooting and combat. Now, why are we doing all this when we're like, oh, but Rocco, everything can only be at most +1 to hit or +1 to wound or +1 to save, but that's the end result of the modifier. You can have all the negatives you want thrown out there, so it stacks. But as long as at the end of the day I still get my +1 to hit, like even with these handgunners, if they stand still and have at least 10 models in the unit and not within 3 inches of my opponent's troops, they get +1 to hit. But if there's some negatives, if they get charged and they have their own normal stand and shoot, and then I unleash hell with them, these are things that will counteract all that. And then I have, again, a 20-man of handguns and 2 10s of crossbows here for just a lot of weight of fire. And then my final battalion would be the Hunters of the Hinterlands, the Gur Battalion. I've got a unit of 6 demigriffs with lances and swords, a unit of 3 demigriffs with lances and swords, and then surprise, surprise, because I actually own them in real life. Now down to, I believe, 120 points, if I remember right. A unit of 5 Wild Riders, because at 120 points, with the same attack profile pretty much as a Demigriff Knight Rider, it's nice. They move quick, they hit hard, and it's the whole point of this army is, can I wound on a 4? My command trait for my general is Blood of the 12, which allows me to reroll wound rolls of 1, which is nice. As a note for this new edition, because there's so many pluses to hit and there's so many ways to modify that, there's not necessarily a lot of reroll 1s to hit, reroll saves rolls of 1 to hit, reroll wound rolls of 1 to hit. So if you can find a way to put that into your army, I highly suggest you take it. And with my drops, his drops still matter. So battle regiment's 1 drop. Then I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm an 8 drop list. And the reason I'm taking the battle regiment when it's like, oh, why would you even bother? I've been seeing a lot of people running 10 drop lists. So even if I'm just that little bit more and not like a 12 or 13, whatever it ends up being, it makes me just that little bit more competitive with lists that I know just don't care. And then there's going to be sometimes you see 1 drops or 2 drops or even 5 drops where they're going to take the Warlord Battalion and then the 1 drop. And that's also doable with this list if I just like double down on demis and just pad my points. But I believe I come up to about like 1990, maybe 1985-ish. Either way, Alexander will definitely be getting his triumph. And also, my grand strategy for this list is going to be, it's what you pick at the list building here. I am going with Hold the Line, where any of my Battleline units stay alive at the end of the game, I score 3 points. Now, while I'm doing that, all of my human troops are Battleline, not the Shadow Warriors, not the Wild Riders. So I have a lot of options here to keep me alive, and also because I'm Hammerhal, I've got the banners ability where each unit of mine that has a banner, I roll a dice. On a 6, I get an extra command point. As Hammerhal, if I'm in my territory, I'm Battle Shock immune. If I'm wholly within his, I can spend a command point and fight again. And now here's another note too, because you cannot stack command points onto units, you can only use 1 command point per phase for like a command ability. So it's not like 3 of my units can get all out defense. So I have to be smart about that with that fight at the end of the combat phase thing. So I'm like, okay, how can I get something to be survivable and be at a good bracket, and what can I do? And this is all new stuff here with all of this. Now, Alex, your grand strategy was
R-
Beastmaster, if I remember right from your list.
Correct. So honestly, very similar thought process that
Mm-hmm.
you picked for Hold the Line.
Yep.
Um, except just the difference is it's monsters have to make it to the end of the game instead of Battleline.
And convenient, your whole army is full of monsters.
It's how we roll in Gur.
Yep. And so we are treating the table as if we were at a tournament or an event where it was already preset terrain for us. So we're going to do the roll off here as the who's going to be attacker or defender. So let's get to rolling here. I got a 5.
I also got a
All
5.
right, we got to re-roll to see who's going to actually do this. I got a
Got a
6.
6.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch. Okay, I'm going to roll on the table. I cursed. I already broke my no. I got a 6 again.
I'll also roll on the table and got a
All
3. So
right.
it's your choice.
So I really don't think the terrain's gonna matter too much.
It's roughly symmetrical, so
Yeah,
I would say I would agree with that.
yeah, no, it's actually it's exactly symmetrical. This is definitely the tournament pack for a reason, I guess, for his pre-made set. And we're not using the terrain features, not doing anything crazy like that. So I'm going to take. being the attacker, choose my side, and my first unit in deployment will actually be Shadow Warriors in reserve. Because
Okay.
you're a 2-drop, I'm gonna see where you're gonna put everything anyway. So, as a tip to the wise and the watchers here, if you see my other videos on deployment, a lot of that's the stuff that I talked about before. It stayed the same. You still want to go and see where your opponent does. We know the Kraken-Eater is a wizard, so I'm looking to put my unbinds here. I've got my dwarf that +2 unbind, +2 dispel. So I'm looking to see where he's gonna end up putting that. And maybe he does the Warstomper first to throw me off, but I have so many drops. I don't care. He's gonna be fully deployed before me anyway. So what you
Yeah,
got?
no, that is all true. I could go Warstomper first, but realistically, I'm not going to get glean too much information off of your next drop.
No,
So, for the style points, I'm
I love some style points. Okay,
just gonna put the big crew down now
all
and do my
right,
entire one drop battalion.
nice. Okay, keeping threats in the center, which is good for the 3 different objectives. I have some deep striking in my Shadow Warriors, but besides that, all my army just shows up. It's one of those things where I have to be outside of 9, but I can be anywhere on the table. Um, oh, hold on, Mega Warstomper ain't in the
Oh,
one.
whoop, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that was a braid fart. I
It's
apologize.
okay. Um, and as a peek behind the curtain, I didn't know if I wanted to do this video where we were already deployed, but I feel like just talking through the list and seeing like what everything is, as viewers, will get more out of it. Uh, so we see the Kraken-Eater is there. My deployment line's that blue line up here, because we are danger close. So Ugni is actually just going to be my second drop and go there to
All
be in
right.
unbind range.
And as I kind of tipped my hand before, Warstomper goes there.
Weird? You
Um,
mean
and
the right place to be? Crazy, crazy.
oh, and interesting small note.
Oh, please.
With the new coherency changes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to pay attention to them at all because I
Nope.
can't have a unit of more than 5 models.
Mm-hmm.
So all of my stuff only has to follow the old quote unquote style of coherency.
Yes, and I have to rearrange all my crap. So we are gonna actually pause, and then I will finish with my deployment in a second here, so we can cut out some stuff in editing. And we're back, folks. We are fully deployed. My Shadow Warriors are off the board. I have handgunners in the middle. I've got screens of crossbowmen. Ugni, the Rune Lord here, is in range of the Kraken-Eater to try to get me that juicy +2 unbind. We've got a Griffon. Backboarded some demigriffs. Backboarded some demigriffs. Wild Riders here, ready to follow up when these crossbowmen end up eating it. The Foot Gur Battlemage, because it's Gur, gets +1 to cast his stuff. And we are in Hurricanum range for +2. Uh, we're here. We've decided our grand strategies. We need to roll to see which objective is important. Alexander, if you could please.
Sure
We'll
thing.
go.
All right.
Low is
Uh,
by the big round
by
thing.
the
Yeah,
round
yeah,
counter.
yeah.
Yep. All right. I'll roll in the middle.
All right.
All right. So
Because
one
you're
on the left
also a
is
Lumineth player, I will definitely mark it with an Aether Quartz.
fair enough,
And he's
as it
just.
should be.
Yep, yep. You're right. And I will keep it. Can I make it green too? No, Gur's brown, isn't it? Let's. We're just gonna go green because I don't have the time and the patience to go. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. It is
All right.
the Amber Stone of Gur. So, Alex, who's going first?
All right. Well, with our deployments being relatively close, I think I want to try to take this chance to smash you.
All
So I'll
right,
be going first.
very destruction player. Yeah, I appreciate it. Virtual handshake here. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you as
All right.
well.
So, how the
And
hell do we do the top of turn 1 these days?
all right. So the way it works now
Mm-hmm.
is we've decided who goes first, who goes second.
Yep.
So we get command points now.
Ah.
So I go first, I get 1. You go second, you get 2.
All right. 2 for showing up. I like it.
And now both of our generals are still alive, so we
Yep.
each get an additional command point.
Okay. Up to 3. I didn't even do my Hammerhal rolling stuff, so I love it.
All right, and now we're in the proper start of hero phase.
Okay.
This is where we get to dispel endless spells if there are any on the table, which there's not, so we get
No.
to skip over that part.
Cool.
Now we do heroic actions.
Okay.
And so
I will
for
zoom in
me,
here. Okay.
I'm going to try heroic leadership with my Kraken-Eater.
Okay.
So on the 4-up, I get an extra command point.
No.
No. Oh
Okay.
well.
And I get to try now. I definitely don't want to do heroic leadership. What is this? Oh no, that is heroic leadership. I'm thinking their finest hour. I don't need to heal anybody for heroic recovery. Their finest hour is once per game, and we're not there yet. I actually have more unbinds than you, so I don't need to worry about the wizard heroic willpower thing. So I myself will also do heroic leadership on a 4-up to try to get a command point. Nailed it on a 6. I won't roll
All
any more
right.
6s for the rest of the game. I'm up to 4. And command points
So
last until the end of the battle round?
correct. It's
Gotcha.
if anyone's familiar with OBR, it resets to 0 at the end of the round.
I can get rid of the lines too
Um,
here. Alright, cool.
Alrighty. One quick note, just to make sure we do it
Mm-hmm.
right.
Oh,
The way
sure.
that heroic leadership point works
Mm-hmm.
is that specific point can only be used from the hero that did it,
Yes, and that will be my Hurricaneum here.
which is why Denock, the
That's
person who made this table,
beautiful.
made these nice little tiles for us to
Yes.
use.
Also, I totally
Tokens,
did
not
not say
tiles.
what hero I was going to use it from, so we're being very nice because again, new edition, new me. This is we're good. We're all learning together, folks.
It's all right. It's a
Yes.
teaching game. It's okay.
Yes. Yes. And Alex has been with me. He's in my regular play group. He does narrative games with me. We're gonna be doing the animosity campaign together on a team. I've taught him well enough to be a tournament player, though he doesn't trust his abilities, even though he's kicked my ass already with these Gargants once off video.
Here's
I
hoping
fully
for
believe in
twice.
him. Yep, I believe in you. Remember when I
All
said
right.
I wasn't gonna curse in this video?
You're trying your best. The
I am.
realm of Gur seeps in everywhere, doesn't it?
It does. All right.
All right.
So are we at
So
the normal
continuing
hero
on.
phase finally?
No,
No.
AOS 3 is really front loaded the start
Okay.
of hero phase, but
Okay.
we're almost done, I promise.
Okay.
The last thing I need to do
Mhm.
is choose a battle tactic.
Uh oh. Okay.
And as I'm sure Rocco your boy explained, these are something you choose during your turn every turn,
Mhm.
and it's something you do to score extra points.
Yes.
And so I am going to choose Monstrous Takeover, which
Mm.
effectively I have to pick a monster
Mhm.
in my army,
Okay.
and if by the end of my turn that monster is on an objective, but there isn't an enemy monster also on the objective,
Ah.
I complete the battle tactic successfully.
And you score a. Do you score a bonus with a monster for this?
Not on this one.
Okay. Okay. Because
This one, this
sometimes.
one, this one's only worth 2, not 3.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes so certain battle tactics have a little clause at the end
Mhm. Like
where
Savage
if
Spearhead here. I'm looking at that too. That's an extra
yep,
one. Okay. Cool.
yep. And so I will pick my general to be the one who, if he's on an objective, I complete the battle tactic.
Funny enough, I'm not on any objectives, so yeah, this is get your points while you can, folks. This is a very high scoring game now where points can swing back and forth very quickly. So if you see an opportunity for like a competitive game to just jump out to a humongous lead, do it. Okay.
All right,
And this
all
is
right. And
also
so now,
when this is when rally would happen, but all your guys are good,
correct.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
and this is when you would rally, but I don't have anything to rally, so
Imagine if I killed two of these guys and you rolled 2 6s and they came back.
that'd be table flipping good.
Oh man. All right.
All right. So regular hero phase,
Yep.
finally,
Yep,
we
regular
got
hero
there.
face. Okay. That actually
All
only
right.
took like 2 minutes, but we just talked a lot because we're trying to explain it. I like it.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so I've got my one spell cast with the Kraken-Eater.
Hmm.
He's gonna go for flaming weapons, which casts on a 4.
That's a
I
4.
get, I get the 4.
All right, Ugni, you literally have +2 to this. You're gonna try to unbind this little buddy. All right, that is a 12. Get out of here.
All right, no flaming clubs today. All right, and just with the way my army works, there really isn't any other hero phase things to do.
Wonderful.
Uh,
All
and so
right.
yeah, we have no. So normally at the end of the hero phase
Mhm.
is when you would move endless spells, but
Yep.
they're not on the table,
Yep.
so we can move on to movement.
Oh yeah, go on a movement, and I'm just gonna explain that too for a bit here. So that is why when you see these points increases for endless spells, they happened, and why some of them seem to have been nerfed a bit. Like Geminids got changed, where now it's just on a 2-up it does 1 damage, and that unit it hit doesn't accept commands, because that can just be so powerful if what it did before happened with the -1 attack and all that. And it's just there needed to be changes, but then you also get things like Emerald Life Swarm, where uh, it can heal D3 wounds or D3 models back, like worth of wounds. So like Phoenix Guard, you're gonna see that with. And when you cast an endless spell now, the first time you cast it with a wizard, say I cast it with my Hurricanum, it would be bound to my Hurricanum, kind of like the Seraphon or the OBR soul linked versions before. So then I would control it and I would move it. If my hero were to die, the spell would become wild, and then we would alternate. There's a way to figure out who would control the wild spells. All right,
Yep.
back to you.
All right. So I moved the stuff that I could just move,
Yep.
and so now my group of 3 baby giants are
Mm-hmm.
going to run,
Okay.
and I want this to be a 6. So
Okay.
with the way it works now, I have to use my command point now. There's no
Okay.
more rolling the dice and then, oh, this isn't a 6, and then using the command point. So
All
that's a
right.
that's a difference that is small, and you might miss
Yep.
moving the 3rd edition.
And what's funny is that was actually a 40k thing, and everyone that came over to learn AoS is like, "Oh, I just spend the command point and it auto goes." I'm like, "No, don't worry about it. You could. It's better." Now it's not. Um, yeah, good. I wasn't gonna care, but I
Yeah,
appreciate you. Yep.
gotta be legit.
Yep. Yep. All right.
All right, so the other baby giant is going to run, but I'm actually gonna roll the dice for
Yep.
this.
Because you cannot spend that command ability again, because they only go to 1 unit per phase.
Correct. All right, and it looks like I got the 6.
Yep.
Lucky me.
I got a
So he
5. I
can
see you. I see you. It's okay.
shush
You're
you.
close enough. We're he totally got a 6, folks. It's all right. Um,
It's more. Let's just say it's more fun if I get the 6,
it's
and
more
you'll
fun
see
if you get
why.
the 6. Yeah. Um, Again, this isn't a real, not because it's TTS. It's not a real game. This is to show everybody what's actually going on here and how these new changes work. Um, Now we've got the Kraken-Eater to move.
Yep. All right, he can move 11. He does not need to run for what I want him to do.
Okay. And this is how you can tell this is a, hey, we're going to show you everything. He didn't go for the one that's worth more points. Uh, Here's a question, though, for what we're trying to do here. What's the
Sure.
range of that ability? Because it's the run and charge?
So the way it works is if any of the babies are within 12 inches of any
Okay.
big giant,
So can it
they
be
can run
this
and
guy?
charge.
And then can't you just send him over here? So it's a bit more, I don't know.
I could.
Okay.
So the way I look at
Talk to me.
if you want to get a little nitty gritty, the
A
way this
little.
battle plan works
Okay.
is the special objective is
Uh-huh.
worth 2 objectives,
Ooh.
not extra points, but extra
See,
objectives.
there's a change. It's almost like I set you up for that. So,
And so I already have 2 objectives,
yep,
so I would score the point
yep.
for Oh, actually, hold up, hold up. Oh, this changed a little bit.
Okay, talk to me.
Stri strike the record. I'm wrong. I thought
Oh,
this worked like the one in the core rulebook.
oh no, differences. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, because also in the rules it's encoded. The last model you touch is what you move, and last model was the Kraken-Eater. So,
Whoop. So let's just say he went here instead.
fantastic. Definitely had the
All
movement
right,
for
sorry,
that.
sorry about that, folks. There's a similar battle plan to this in the core rulebook, and
Yes,
I just assumed they didn't change anything, and that's what you
yes.
get for assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And here's another fun fact with that too. There's also different battle packs that bunch up different rules together. So when you're talking to your opponent, hey, what do you want to play today? What do you want to do? This is why you have to be open and talk about everything, so that confusion like this doesn't happen. I could have been like, oh man, you got screwed. Ha ha ha. I get to walk on and get points, but that would make me a jerk. So I'd rather be open and honest with my opponent. Be like, hey, what's going on here with this? Aren't you good? And we move on. There's a whole new player's code about that too. So back to our regularly scheduled shellacking.
Also, Rocco, I'm gonna nominate you for best sport or best sportsman. There's always
Thanks.
something like that at tournaments, right?
There is. There is. I did not win it last time, but it's okay. I.
But anyway, so
Hmm,
I actually did some movements. We kind of went ahead. We kind of skipped around a little bit.
a little bit.
I did a couple moves where I ended within 9 inches of you. Did you want to do anything about that?
Ugh. All right. So
And that's one of the new command abilities,
it
folks.
is one of the new command abilities. All right. So Ugni's just out of the way here. So how it works is when he ends a move with a unit, I could choose to respond to move d6 inches. And it's like he moves the Mega Gargant Warstomper. Then I'm like, oh, these crossbows are close. I'm going to spend a command point and move back. I'm choosing not to because if you do that move, you cannot use the Unleash Hell command ability in the charge phase. Um, and that is just such a good tool that I don't want to mess myself up. But in the future, it's like, well, now these handgunners are stuck here. If these guys don't make their charges for some whatever reason, and I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna move the handgunners back to move these demigriffs up their 10 inches. Well, now that leaves these Gargants here. As soon as I move the handgunners, they move back. It makes all my stuff that much harder, and we don't need that right now. So I'm going to elect not to move my stuff.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
then we move on to shooting.
Yeah.
The only shooting attack I got is on my Kraken-Eater.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at that unit of 6 Demogryph Knights because I don't like them. They're gonna hurt if they get to me.
Yep. And also, as you'll look, because of the new coherency rules, my models have to be within an inch of two of each other. So I've got this lovely little. It's to me, it's a W where it goes like down, up, and like I guess it's an M because it's a flip W. I'm smart. So it's like a double M formation here, where the gap between isn't an inch, it's just a bit under, and then we're all touching. And against something with a large frontage like this, I can eventually like swing around like that and encircle stuff. And then all of a sudden, I don't care about coherency on my big reach of stuff, and everything has 2 inch reach for the lances. The mounts have 1 inch reach. They all can get in because this gap in front too isn't even an inch. All right,
All right.
shoot,
I have I
keep
say I
going.
started rolling the dice while you were talking. All right.
All
So
good.
one wound goes through at rend -1.
All right, so I am being chosen as the target of an attack in the shooting phase. So I will use all-out defense to give myself +1 to this. I'm doing it right, right?
Well, so
How do we do
for the
this?
sa- for the for the sake of you were explaining things, I went ahead and rolled. But
Gotcha.
in a real game,
Uh-huh.
you would have to say that before they start rolling dice to attack you.
Fantastic. All right, so my 3-up becomes a 2-up, becomes a 3-up because of your rend. And cranked it on a 6. I wasted a command point. I mean, everything's great. And but that'll be not my heroic leadership one. We're saving that for a special surprise. But that would have been
Alrighty.
a
Well,
great time to use it, actually. But go on.
okay. Well, so that's my shooting phase. So on
All
to
right.
charges.
All right.
All
Charge the
right.
clock.
Unit of 3, they can run and charge because they are within 12 of a Mega Gargant,
Mm-hmm. What, they need like a
and
4? A 5.
they need a 5. And I can reroll this with a command point, which is
All
why
right.
I've kept that one in my pocket.
Beautiful. They're big pockets, too, so you could
Oh, you
have a
might
good
you
time.
might be getting stuffed in those big pockets. We'll see. All right, they
Yes,
get
sir.
the 7.
All right. Bring them on in.
So
Yeah,
that is
right.
more
Yeah, I
than
got guys
enough.
in the bush. All
They think
right.
they can hide. They can't.
No. And you do your impact hits first.
Yes, that is correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they all got in,
Yep.
and so on a 2-up for all of them,
All right.
they all get the 2-up,
Oh boy.
and they all do D3.
Good thing this is like a 210 point unit, right? Two, four.
It's only 5.
All right. So, in order to keep my coherency, we're gonna clap that. He's still within an inch. We're okay. So, handgunners. They get, and this is again pre FAQ. Rules as written currently. I'm looking dead into the camera on this one instead of my streamer. You see me from my good side. Um, I now get to do my normal Overwatch ability with my handgunners. All right, because they have it baked into the War Scroll. It's called Stand and Shoot. Once per turn, when an enemy unit ends a charge move within 3 inches of this unit and there are no other enemy units within 3 of this unit can shoot. So I've got 15 guys. One of them's going to have a special dice to be the sniper. then we're gonna 13, 14, 15. Now we're gonna shoot you. We get +1 to hit from the Hurricanum. So we are hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Alright, not the sniper. So we have 5 at -1.
Alright, you mind if I roll your
Oh,
dice?
go right ahead.
Alright, so -1, so 6 up save for the
Yep,
little
all
giants.
the 6s. Alright.
Alright, that's 5 damage, goes through.
And now we're gonna use the Unleash Hell with my free heroic leadership command point. That apparently fell through the table. I don't know how, but there it is again. That is 15 guys. Now this is again, now it is a -1, so instead of hitting on 3s, now we're hitting on 4s, which is our original profile anyway, so we don't mind. So hitting on 4s, oh, it mattered. I like rolling average 3s. Oh no, 1 at -1.
Alright, 6 up.
And he made it. Well, super
It
combo, huh? I thought we were afraid of this. What happened, Alex? I've been foiled.
It's called This Is a Dice Game at the end of the day.
Weird.
Alright, well, on
Fantastic.
that note,
Yep.
I still have one more
You do?
that is within 12 of at least one Mega Gargant,
Oh,
and he's
totally.
gonna try to charge as well.
Yes, sir. Needs, I believe, a 4? Oh, it needs a 5.
I got an 11.
Yeah, okay. I can just pan over. Cool. He's going to get impact hits. Now, because
Alright.
of a lot of reasons, I cannot unleash hell again, and my handgunners cannot do that again. Some may argue he should have sent in the little mini first, but we were doing this for television, so you could see what it would look like. So, yeah,
Alright.
unleash hell.
Alright, so
Not as scary as everyone thinks.
on the 2 up, which I
Nailed it.
got, D3 mortal wounds for 3.
Sure. Okay. We're going to take these 3 dudes. Thankfully, I am Battle Shock immune. Unfortunately, there's probably no way in hell these guys live. Yeah.
Alright, and so that brings us to the end of the charge phase, and we
Yes,
get to do
sir.
our monstrous rampages.
Ooh. Okay. And you, sir. So, as a note, I did take the Hunters Battalion from Gur, but that affects my Wild Riders, Demigriffs, and that's it. So, because that battalion allows me to ignore these things with the units in it, these handgunners are primed to get messed up.
Well, we'll see how I roll with some of these. Alright, so,
Sure.
since you don't have, well, technically you could do things, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Alright, so my single Mancrusher,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to stomp
Okay.
on your handgunners.
Sure. On a
So
2-up?
on a 2-up, he deals D3 mortal wounds. There's the 2-up
Mm-hmm.
for 2 mortal wounds.
All right. We're gonna take back row here.
Okay, and so now this is where you could do a monstrous rampage,
Okay. It would be
but
with my Griffon.
your only monster isn't near anything to actually carry any out. So
Nope.
so it would swing back to me.
Yep.
And so these 3 are going to roar.
Okay. And I'm right over the thing now on a 3-up. My unit cannot issue or receive commands, which is important because the sergeant is still alive who could be issuing commands.
And I rolled a 4.
Yep, they're screwed.
So
You
no
did it.
all out defense here.
Oh, you mean their 6-up save would have been a 5-up? It's not the t-shirts that give them the save, it's the feather.
And those feathers might get plucked, we'll see.
A little bit. All right.
Okay, and so moving on to combat.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna pick, just to be able to show off another small difference,
Oh, please.
I'm gonna pick the solo Mancrusher. Actually, no,
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the
Mm-hmm.
the trio, because I think that'll actually better show off.
Okay.
Now, those of you who are familiar with AoS 2's pile-in rules
Yes.
will remember that you cannot move further away from the nearest model.
Mm-hmm.
That has changed.
Okay.
Now it is the nearest unit.
Ruh-roh.
Meaning, despite 2 of my babies being kind of sandwiched between 2 models, which would normally lock them in place during pile-in, I am allowed to do something like this. And just move them this way. Not that it
Interesting.
necessarily brings me a tactical advantage, and as a matter of fact, if you're fine with that, I'm just gonna leave him
Yeah,
back there to keep that
yeah.
objective.
I appreciate
But
you. I appreciate you showing it for the video, but definitely touch your point. We're not trying to.
yeah. But I just wanted to show that there are now situations where even if you're locked between 2 models, you
Mm-hmm.
can now just slide along the unit
Yes.
and, if it's favorable to do that depending on the situation.
And also, I'm gonna point out one more thing too. Before in 2.0, if a unit was say straddling 2 objectives, you went by models to control it. Now it's just that unit can control 1 objective. So that's gonna be a whole new dynamic too. Doesn't matter here though, because this one dude's worth 15 models, so that's
Correct.
gonna hurt. But we're gonna see what we can do here.
Alright, and so I activated the 3 Mancrushers,
Yep.
and, let's start with their club attacks. We might
All
not
right.
need to do the rest afterwards.
Probably not. There's gonna be 30 shots at me.
It's gonna be 30 shots,
Okay. The camera's
and
live on you, Alexander.
alright, it's gonna be 3s and 3s.
All right. Not
Okay,
bad.
okay. Wounding on 3s.
All right.
Alright, that's gonna be
13.
13 at -1.
All right. So, fun fact: I don't get an armor save. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 11 dudes left.
Alright, so that's the unit.
Yep. Well.
And so now,
Oh, there's one more dude hiding in the bushes. He didn't know he was eaten yet. All right.
so you don't have anything you can pick, because I don't think, yeah, I'm not within 3 of anything.
Nope.
And so, we did keep the rule from AoS 2, where if you charged, you still get a pile in no matter what.
Yep.
And so the solo guy, I guess, is gonna go for your Hurricaneum.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Just
Gets
what?
his 3-inch.
Yeah. So where's we end up 2 inches away, which should be
Alright.
enough reach for all of
Ev
your stuff, right?
everything but the headbutt.
Oh.
Alright, so I will do everything but the headbutt.
Sure.
Alright, so we'll start with the clubs. So
Yep.
since it's just 1, just 10 attacks, 3s and 3s.
Okay. Average. I like it. Not average. Love it.
Alright, 6 at -1.
Um. So again, this is me trying to learn stuff. When do I defense again? When I'm chosen
Oh,
to be the target?
so yes, it would have been before I started rolling dice.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once again, you can do it now if you want to. I'm not
All
gonna
right.
hold that against you.
Okay. Because I don't know when the hell I'm doing shit, which is why we're teaching this. And if I don't know it, y'all don't know it. So here we are. So we're all out defensing. It is 6. And
6 at -1.
all right, and I have not used all out defense yet, and I cannot now say put on all out attack onto my Hurricaneum because it's already received a command. So at
Correct.
-1, so my 3-up becomes a 4-up. I save 2, so 4 damage. I'm gonna borrow a wound counter from over here. Let me make some copies.
And while you're doing that, I'll roll the kick, which is just 1 attack, 3s and 3s.
Okay.
And I get rolled a 1, so no kicks.
We did it. We lived. So I'm going to do my pile in. I'm gonna go this way with my stuff. Not be on your base, because I'm trying to actually make room for these knights to get a good frontal charge on here. And so the Hurricaneum's gonna go. He gives himself +1 to hit because he has his own aura, which would not stack with the Twinstones, because again, the most I can get is +1. So we're gonna bonk you with a wizard staff, hitting on a 3. That's a 2. Old rules, that would have hit. Now we're gonna go arcane tools for me and my crew, hitting on 4s. There we go. Wounding on
Pretty good.
5s because I'm just hitting you with like scrolls and stuff. 1, no rend, 1 damage.
Okay. So if no rend means it's a 5 up, I'll just roll this.
Sure.
Made it.
Gonna make you roll your own dice next time. Oh, I made myself laugh. Hitting on 3s now with the steel shod hooves. Normally a 4. But hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. 1 at no rend, 1 damage.
All right. Per your request, I'll roll
You
mine.
really didn't
Looking
have to. It's
for.
okay. Still rolled the
It's
6 though.
okay.
We're
Still
good.
rolled the 6.
Hey. Yeah. So where does that leave us?
All right. So combat is complete at
Yep.
this point.
Okay.
So we would move on to battle shock.
Okay. I have none because you killed my unit.
But there's no battle shock to perform.
Yep. And I would be battle shock immune anyway. I'm definitely pinned on my side of the deployment here.
And so now we count up our points.
Okay.
Well, I guess count up my points because it
Yep.
was my turn.
Yes.
All right, so per the battle plan that I have now read and realized it wasn't the other one.
Yep.
Still feel a little bad about that, but we move on. Live and learn. All right, so 2 points for the alpha objective,
Yep.
1 point for each beta objective,
Yep.
and then 2 points for the battle tactic, which I scored by having my Kraken-Eater on an objective.
You
So
did it.
that brings us to a total of 5 points, if I did my math correctly.
That sounds about right. All right. Well, that hurt. But at the end of the day, it is 5 points. If this was old shifting objectives, you would have scored like 7, and I would just be crying. Because this dude being, what, 45? 30?
30.
30, yeah. Do I even have 30 models? I don't. All right, so time to get to killing. All right, Rocco, turn 1. So let's see what this whole battle tactic situation's all about here. We've got, see, broken ranks. If I
We
destroy...
also both get a command point because our
We
generals
do.
are alive.
We do. Yep. All right. So I'm back up to 3. Um. Yeah, I'm feeling broken ranks here. I'm feeling I could kill uh, a unit from my opponent's starting army because I'm feeling some Mancrusher here. They gotta go one way or the other. And I'm at least primed to do that much. Um. So that's nice. So I'm doing broken ranks. What else do I have to do here? Oh, my Hammerhal stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units with banners to see if I generate any extra command points. My embarrassment of riches here. I get 1 more. I'm back up to 4. Then we got to do a heroic
Heroic action.
action. Okay. I don't need willpower. Their finest hour would be funny, but it's way too early. I'm going to try a heroic recovery off of my Hurricanum because it has a wizard on it. I have bravery 6, however, so I do not foresee this go. Well, I've been rolling low.
Let's say low rolls are good in this case.
Nope, rolled an 11. Should have been my spell. All right.
I'm
Well,
sorry to laugh. I'm sorry to laugh, but that is a
no,
little funny.
I set myself up for that so bad. Twinstone is going to be the healing on a 4-up.
Hold on. I
Oh,
get a
sure.
heroic action too, you know.
I'm keeping my 4, though, to heal myself. D3 wounds for that, so. But do your
Fair
heroic
enough.
action.
All right, so you have 2 spell cast total, correct?
And a prayer. But
And
yes,
a well, I don't have anything for the prayer. All right, so
Ah,
my Warstomper is going to do heroic willpower,
okay.
which will allow him to unbind this
Nice.
turn.
Very nice.
So I'll
Oh,
have 2 unbinds.
very good. No need to heal either, and you have 2 command points. So you only ever needed 1 before, so this is looking good. Now, in the new thing, totems and heroes and sergeants in your unit can issue commands. The 3-pack of Gargants in this, they don't have unit champions to be
Correct,
sergeants,
they do
right?
not.
But you
So
are
they can only get command abilities from the heroes.
okay.
Because the Kraken-Eater is a general,
It's
he
18.
has an 18-inch aura,
All
which I
right,
believe should cover all of these guys.
beautiful.
And the Warstomper is only a normal hero, so he only has a 12-inch aura to do it.
Poor guy. So we're gonna get on to my phase here. All right, so we're gonna go Battlemage. He's in Gur. He gets +1 to cast. He's in range from the Hurricane. He's at a +2. We are gonna cast Wild Form, his War Scroll spell. Those were words. Goes off on a 5.
All right, my Kraken-Eater is going to try to stop
Oh
you.
no. That's it.
Got
That's
an
an
11.
11. All right. Hurricanum is gonna try to do Chain Lightning on a +1. Goes off on a 7.
All right, Warstomper is gonna try to stop it.
I'm looking at these dice too. Let's see what's up. That's gone.
Got it to 9.
All right, these new heroic actions already paying off.
I say
Gargant looking
they
good.
can be very impactful.
They can't. Oh, I need to heal my. I rolled the 4. I need to heal the D3 here for my Arcanum for 3. All right, and that works. Thank you, Twinstones, and getting the second updated the whatever for my Warlord Battalion enhancement. Those are words. So wizard down. Agni is gonna pray for curse. Which what is it? A 3, a 4? I get it on a
Uh,
5.
I say 5 should be more than enough, but I will
Yep.
double check.
Okay.
It goes off on a 4.
All right. So your Mancrushers here are cursed. So every time I get a 6 to hit, it's a mortal wound in addition to damage,
Okay.
which is
I will
very nice.
put a little red thing next to them
Beautiful.
to show that they're cursed.
Yeah. Damn it. Because I'm probably not scoring anything this turn, but I need to rack up points later in the game. So that's my hero phase, right?
Let's
Should
see.
be.
You did battle tactics,
Yep.
you did heroic
Broken
actions,
ranks. Yep.
you did your army's hero phase
I
stuff.
did. I did. I was
Uh,
quick.
you don't have anything to rally,
Yep.
and yes, and we don't have any endless spells to move, so that should be hero phase.
Beautiful. All right. On to movement here. So, again, this is that whole what do we do about the ale guzzler situation? So let's go with well, these crossbows are standing still. These crossbows are standing still because they get bonuses for that. We're gonna move up these demigriffs. They're gonna go 10 inches, so I'm just gonna spin a bit, be about here. And also for the sake of cool factor, we're
Yeah,
gonna
close enough.
not,
I know you're going for 3 inches away.
yeah, we have the movement. I just wanted to spin them around, make them look cool. Cool. There we go. Wild, would you like to move the ale guzzlers or the man crushers? Because I'm definitely within
Ah,
9 inches
that
of a
that is a
unit
good
that
point.
moved, and you are not within
That is a good
3.
point. Yes, so that is an important point. So within 9 and also not within 3 of anything else.
Yes. The other things you can move are this guy.
I think I actually do want to move the Warstomper,
All right.
because the sooner I can get the big guys in the combat, the better.
Yep, he's moving closer, hoping I don't get a double turn. He's moving 3 inches up.
All right, so he's
Yep.
gonna go 3 inches this way.
And he cannot end within 3 inches of my guys. That is the important distinction. But yeah, I give him free movement.
No, it
Ah!
cost a command point. Wasn't totally free.
Okay, you're down to 1. So that makes so now no other unit can be issued that, which helps
Correct.
me out. So Agni is gonna move off to the side, his little 4 inches here. The Battle Mage is gonna back that ass up. He moves 5. I don't have any run and charge abilities, but what I want to do is make room for these demis. And then the question is, do I want to, well, I can't now move the Hurricanum out because I'm choosing to move the demis. I'm going to be very locked in place. And when you retreat, you cannot roll a dice to make the run roll go. So I think what I'm going to do, because I could fit here and come out that way. Or do I want the mortal wound shooting? You know what? I am going to retreat. So I'm gonna go up. I said apparently that because I'm at my top bracket, I move 11 inches. So we have more than enough. Get me 9 and get the hell out of there. My Griffon. This is the question of the day. How do we want to do this? So Griffon, who moves 15 inches at his top bracket. If you could give me 3 inches away from all your stuff here, if I'm at a,
Uh,
I'm gonna
let's
lock in
get
place
some
here.
rulers.
Yes, get rulers. Okay. The beauty of technology. So I can just be a little bit more back. And this actually ends up being a great idea. Does this look good to you? Because I have a wing in my way. I'm playing the
Ah, it
shadow.
looks. I would say it looks good to me.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to get that out. Get that out. We're gonna see what's up. So then the last unit to move will be these Wild Riders that are gonna come. I don't even remember how far they move. That's 7 inches. It's been so long since I've played with them, and they've been decent. They move 12 inches, so this is 7 so
Oh,
far.
speedy.
Yep. And then they're just gonna just be 8 to be able to go on either side of the building. Maybe I make them fly with my spell and go over the top. We have options. So we're gonna go on to the shooting phase here. Now, handgunners are dead. That's all right. We got crossbows. We've got other crossbows. So we've got a 24-inch range on crossbows, which is why I love them. So all but one are gonna of my left flank are gonna shoot into these Gargants. That single one is gonna shoot into the single Mancrusher up in my face. So we're gonna
Okay.
take care of him. He gets 2 shots because my unit didn't move and I have 10 dudes. Hitting on a 4. 2 hits. Wounding on a 3. 1 no rend, 1 damage.
Ain't looking for a 5.
All
Nope.
right. Takes a wound. Next, I'm going to do the rest of the unit. And the purple dice will be the unit champion who has a natural +1 to hit. So this will be 18 dice by the time we're through. Hitting on 4s, the purple is a 3. All right. And this is into the big unit of Mancrushers. 3 6s, so 3 mortal wounds because of curse.
Okay. That's true.
And then 3s to wound. Thank God I had those mortals. 5 no rend, 1 damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No Ren, so 5 up.
Yep. And this is where I'm thinking like
Okay, that's gonna be another 5, which kills it,
oh wow.
and 1 wound is put onto the next one.
All right. I guess
So
I'd say roll
Man
out.
Crushers,
Yep.
I say yeah, Man Crushers have their special rule when they die. Timber.
Mm-hmm. I got a 3.
I got a 5.
All right. So how far do they fall? 2 or 3 inches?
I actually created an aura to help me out. So
Ooh.
that blue line is the point, and then I think it's within 2 inches of the
Okay.
point on that line.
Okay.
So I'm gonna probably put the D3 mortal wounds on your demogryphs
Okay. That's fair. They don't have an after save like the general does. No ward there. D3 mortals.
for just 1.
Okay. Every
So he
bit
does
helps to get
a
me
little
out
more.
of this stupid coherency bit. So please.
So does a little damage on his way out, but he's donezo.
Help me help you. Help myself. The Freeguild crossbowmen that didn't shoot yet are going to shoot into the cursed unit of Gargants as well. This will be all 20 shots because they are all very much within their 24-inch range. And we'll be hitting, and I will all out attack for a command point. So we'll be all hitting on 3s because again, I can only stack a +1 to my hit at any time. And I definitely did save these Shadow Warriors in reserve for later. I do have a plan, I swear. I did not forget them. So hitting on 3s, 3 mortal wounds because they are cursed. Wounding on 3s. There we go. 9 no rend.
Okay. Looking for 5s.
All right.
So I save 4 of them.
5 more go through.
So 5 more go through.
That is a hurt Gargant. Hurricaneum retreated, so it cannot shoot, which is all right by me. Now we're gonna get on to the charge phase. And so what I want to do, I'm going to spend a command point from my Griffon to do his War Scroll ability of +1 to charge and +1 to hit. And because this is in the charge phase, that means in the combat phase, I could stack, say, an all-out attack if you had minuses to me to hit to try to win that battle of modifiers. And we're going to go with the General because I need him to be around your dudes. But also, now I cannot reroll my charge roll with him.
Correct? Because he has issued a command.
Yep. But if I had a battalion, like say the I wish I rolled that 12. instead of just dropping the dice like I did. If I had the battalion, the Vanguard battalion, that would allow me to do a reroll without it counting as issued a command, that's one way to get around it. Let's see if I roll a 12 again. I got a 6, which we will take. Apparently I'm not locked. That was weird. All right, so in the 6, again, all I want to do is just touch this point, be outside of 3, you big guy. We're going to do the small unit of 3. They get +1 to charge because of their banner. And I don't believe they are wholly within. No, they're not. For the extra +1, but they get +1 for the banner. They can't actually fail because I'm so close. So that's 4, 5, 6 inches. They are in there. Can go around. And the whole idea here is being able to ensure my 2 points. Because at most he scored was 5. I am going to score 1 for holding a beta objective. I cannot contest that Kraken-Eater with 35 wounds, a 4-up, and a 5-up ward. Not yet. So in my mind, I'm playing for the other 2 objectives, hoping the alpha objective bounces later. And I'm setting up a potential curse with Ugni onto the Kraken-Eater for later turns, because Mortal Wounds, that's just going to be how I have to deal with him. And now we're going to go the Demigryph unit, the big pack of 6. They are going to try to charge because I don't trust my general to do the job. That's a 12, 13 because of
There
him.
you go.
That'll do it. So we're gonna actually end up somewhere like that. And then with our lovely little bit here, we can actually be like 2 M's and be up over here and not be on my base like that. So at the end of the day, I'm going to get 2 Demigryphs from this big unit into the single, and then 4 into the Mancrushers that are cursed. So there should be no reason I don't kill them, but I'm setting myself up actually using my Freeguild General as an anvil in case I don't get the turn to try to body block for my unit so I can do some things later with this Kraken-Eater. And I'm also using the 3 pack to body block a Warstomper, hopefully. We'll see how that works in practice. It probably won't, but, best laid plans. Now, is there anything else to do in the charge phase, Alexander?
So you are done with your charges at this point?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so now we're on to monstrous rampages, and
Okay.
you actually get to, do one now. So
I
you get first
do.
pick because it's your turn.
All right, so Big Boss on Griffon is going to try to roar onto the 2 pack of Gargants here. So we're going to, again, look at our options. We've got Roar, Stomp, Titanic Duel, Smash to Rubble. I'm going to, that'd be funny though, but I'm already at +1 to hit for Titanic Duel because of my own command ability. But again, different ways to stack that because it would be a different source. So if you run into, say, I don't know, in my mind, Celebron with all their shooting debuffs, but if there's ways to do this in combat, there's probably ways to do this in shooting. But, you find a way, you come around it here to get that net +1 to hit. So I'm going to try to roar so you can't, say, give them +1 to hit. Get it on a 4.
Okay,
All right.
so they cannot receive command abilities.
Nope.
And so I think I can just do my next 2 monstrous rampages back to back since you can't do
Yes.
anything else.
So, as a note, my Demigryphs are all in the Hunters of the Hinterlands battalion. So they cannot be affected by monstrous rampages.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, and on that note, then I guess the unit of 2 will just Titanic duel your general.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. So how do I want to do this? All right. I think I want to, because everyone's in range of his reroll 1s to wound, I want the big unit of Demigryphs to come in here. Because really, my general is here to do the buffs and do everything he can, because not everybody's in range of the Hurricane because they had to run away. Because he's right now giving off an aura +1 to hit for Freeguild units. He's giving an order of reroll wound rolls of 1 for Freeguild units. I'm going to pick these Freeguild Demigryphs here to go. The big pack. 4, including the leader, into the cursed unit, and then 2 into the single. So the 4 will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 dice. For the lances, for the riders. Hitting on 2s, 6s are special. 3 mortal wounds.
That already kills one, but you can keep going.
And now, wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s because of the general. Reroll the 1s. Alright, and then that is 7 at -2 rend. For 14 damage.
Oh, -2 goes through then.
Yep, so they are
Alright,
just...
so they are both dead.
Alright.
Alright, so we get to do some timbers.
Yes, alright, my first timber roll, I got a 4. Second timber roll, I got a 2.
I got a 6.
Uh-oh.
And for the second one, I got a 1. Alright, so I win 1, you win 1.
Alright, so one of them is sure as shit not falling near me. He's going to fall over here. Because
Fair
I won
enough.
the second one.
Yep.
Yep.
So he
And then,
falls over harmlessly to you, and I'm immune to it. And this one will deal
like right here to hit everybody, because that would be...
pretty. He can't hit the far away
okay.
demis, but he can hit the general and the big group.
Alright, so hit my general, and I'll see what I got to do for a ward save.
3 onto the general.
Nice, dude. Alright, 5 up ignore. Take them all. Best artifact ever when it works.
We guys just gotta roll hot, no big deal.
Yeah, that's all.
And for the demis, also 3.
So you actually kill a dude because he was wounded. Nice. Oh, yeah. But I'm battle shock immune, so we're cool. And then the other 2 dudes are actually, it's going to be 1 because that was the wounded guy. So one guy is going to go into the other Mancrusher. So...
Well, so attacks happen simultaneously. So the one that's dead, one that's dead is still there.
There you go.
For the purposes of attacking.
Hey, look at us doing rules stuff. There we go. Hitting on 2s. And no mortals because this isn't a cursed unit. Wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s. Reroll the 1s, thankfully. Math says, alright, so that'll be 6 damage.
Okay.
Because of the -2 rend. And now the 2 mounts will go. Hitting on 2s. Gosh. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. Reroll the 1. And that's 1 mortal wound in addition to damage and 4 saves at -1.
And I make 4 6s.
I don't know, can you? I know I can't. You made 3.
Lots
You
of
made 1.
5s.
Yeah, lots of 5s. Lots of 5s.
Alright, how much damage?
1 each. Plus
Okay.
did you add the mortal in?
I did already add the
Okay,
mortal
cool.
in, yeah.
So leave him on a wound with 3 demis to go later.
Okay.
My poor Griffon.
And
He took wounds just for buffing my dudes.
it happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so Mancrusher going into the unit of 3 demis because they haven't gone yet.
Yeah. And also, for the sake of do your rolls. For the sake of why this Griffon also is here is because he had fly and I couldn't cast that spell to make these demis fly to fly over. I needed someone to capture the point.
Alright, I'm gonna give him +1 to hit for my general because he is wholly within 18.
He is.
Hopefully it's worth it. Alright, so, and that's my last command point.
Yep.
So Headbutt is gonna be hitting on 3s now.
Which unit is this going into? The 3-pack?
Oh, the ones that haven't fought.
All right, cool. And also, now I have 5 demigryphs. I am good with my coherency. Everything's okay. That was that easy.
Alright, so Headbutt hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Alright, hits. Wounding on 3s. Nope.
Ooh. And I will...
Kick.
Hold on.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm a schmuck. I need to spend my command point for all-out defense on them before we get too far into this. I'm gonna get it right eventually, okay? It's just...
Yeah, it takes a while. I'm used to it because this is exactly how Aether Quartz works for Lumineth.
Yeah.
So, like, I've trained myself to be like, wait, don't roll yet, I do this.
Yep. And while we're learning this new edition, be kind to each other. Because this is just gonna happen over and over. Alright. Continue, sir.
Alrighty, so, the kick.
Mm-hmm.
Hits on 2s.
There you go.
It hits. Wounds on 3s. It
Nice.
wounds. Rends 2.
All right, so my 2-up becomes a 4-up. Cranked it.
Okay. And let's see. At that bracket, he gets 4 club attacks.
All right, let's go clubbing. At. No, that hit. That hit. You're +1 to hit.
Oh, right.
Give yourself a dice
Play,
back.
playing my army better than I am.
It's
Whoopsies.
okay. I play it too.
Wounding on 3s.
All right,
Okay, there
3.
we go. 3, neg 1.
All right. So 3, 3-ups because of my +1. Take 1 for 1 damage. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna put on the horn blower because musicians, man. So we are going to swing back because it's my pick.
Okie dokie.
And I'm gonna go with the demis because I'd be silly not to. Because nothing else is really important. Though my Griffon does get his pile in, but I would pile into the. I'm not in combat with anybody, huh? So actually, what I'm gonna do, funnily enough, I am gonna go with the Griffon. I'm gonna pile in this way because I'm closer to the Mancrusher with my 3 inches. Because then my aura will get these guys fully to reroll their wound rolls of 1.
Ooh, smart.
Every once in a while. All right, hitting on 2s with the lances. Man, where's that curse when I need it? 4s, rerolling 1s. Reroll the 1s. And this is how we mitigate wounding on 4s. All right, cool. That is 10 damage.
That's gonna be a dead Gargant.
Yep, all right. And I got a 6.
I got a 1.
All right, he's going to fall harmlessly this way.
I say he'd fall like there, and that would be out
Yeah.
of range of everything.
Yep, going to fall
Whoop.
forward. These guys totally charged from behind. Very sneaky. So, anything else?
I think that's all the fights.
Okay.
So we would do battle shock,
Yep.
but
I'm
everything's
immune.
dead. So
Yep.
yeah, so no battle shock to worry
All
about.
right.
So now you
So,
can count up your points.
okay. So, my battle tactic for the game was broken ranks. I need to pick a Battleline unit. It was the Cursed Gargants. They were not destroyed by attacks by a friendly monster, so I don't get a bonus point. Because I didn't trust my Griffon to do it, and it turned out that was better for me overall for the reroll 1s to wound. So I scored 2 points for that. And then I control a beta objective. Yep.
Which should be worth 1 point.
Yep. So that is an interesting thing here. Now, maybe if I did go with this Griffon and do that kill, that's how then it'd be a 5 to 4, and I'd only control 1 objective instead of it being 5 to 3. These are things we have to look at in 3.0 now, and how do we do our stuff. But yeah, overall, I don't hate the position I'm in. You have 4 individual models. They still count as a lot. And if you just straddle this objective with your Kraken-Eater, you can just choose which one is you're controlling at the time. But now let's go for some in-between round stuff here. Because let's say we're going to play out Battle Round 2.
All right, so
What do
to
we do?
prep for battle round 2, first we go down to 0 command points
Yep.
because the round is over.
Yep.
And then from there, just like in AoS 2,
Mm-hmm.
we would
Well,
first we have to, for the battle plan,
objective?
we have
Yeah.
to roll to see which
Alright.
which one's special.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the middle, 5, 6 far. Here we go. Show me what you got. Middle.
Middle objective. All right, so that's
Alright.
the special one.
Alright.
And so with the battle plan stuff taken care of, now we would roll off to see who gets to pick who goes first, who goes second.
Okay.
With whoever goes first breaking ties.
I got a 1. You got
And
a
I got a 2.
Alright, this is gonna hurt like a mother. So, well, here's the thing. Would you want extra command points, or would you want to go first?
Thinking about the next battle round, I
Yep.
think
Go first.
I think I'd want to go first.
Weird.
And because then I can kind of take the initiative, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and pick a battle tactic that one of my monsters can complete
Yep.
and get the bonus point for,
Yep.
so I could score 6 points next turn instead of 5 points
Yep.
and try to widen my lead.
Yes, that is definitely the right move. And with that, folks, obviously I roll all my 5-ups in the future because I'm the YouTuber. It's my show. Obviously, he's gonna kick my ass. So thank you, Alexander, for showing up. Thank you for helping
Thanks
me
for
go
having
through
me.
this. And we're definitely going to, after this, and I make sure my recording's good, probably keep playing this because I've got time and we can hang out. And then we'll fill
Sounds good to
y'all
me.
in because I don't want this video to be 5 hours long. Because no one watches my stuff for that long. So thank you all for watching. Alex, would you like to say class dismissed?
Oh, class
Oh,
is dismissed.
there we go.
Maybe.
Maybe. I was gonna say, do you have a fun fact?
Oh, fun fact.
Yeah, my wife is not available to do this. So Alexander, the floor is yours. What is your fun
All right.
fact for 3.0?
All right. Fun fact. The river temple for Lumineth is implied to have a type of pachyderm sage as part of it. Pachyderm being an older word for animals with thick skin, such as elephants or hippos.
Huh.
So look forward to that in the next couple years, potentially, you elf lovers.
I am an elf lover. It's just the problem is I like my wanderers, and I guess I like Phoenix Temple because it's weird. I used to hate high elves with a passion, but cities. So okay, hit him with that class dismiss one more time. Make it official.
Uh,
Alexander, the Roo
All right.
Rider.
And for real this time, class dismissed.